This week on the LTU Sports Report, we get into all of the fall sports action and get to know some of our student athletes. Don't go anywhere because the LTU Sports Report starts right now.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the LTU Sports Report. We're located here in Southfield where we will bring you all the latest NAIA highlights here at Lawrence Tech. I'm your host, Chase Kaufman.
And I'm your host, Chloe Godbold, and we have a jam-packed show for you all. We'll be covering the men's hockey team.
Along with that, we'll bring you the highlights from the men's and women's basketball games, plus we've got all the coverage from the WAC Women's Volleyball Championships.
Yep, that's right, Chase. And with that being said, let's get right to this week's show.
In the semifinals of the WAC Conference Playoffs, the 20th ranked Blue Devils women's volleyball team hosted the Warriors from Indiana Tech. LTU looks to continue their historic run after receiving the WAC regular season championship trophy prior to tip-off. The energy inside the Don Riddler Fieldhouse propelled the Blue Devils to a huge lead in the opening set. Sophomore Nicole Hyduke sets up Christy Doherty, who gets it over to Zakiya Hunt. The Warriors keeping the ball alive, but they had troubles returning as it hits the antenna. Out of bounds, Blue Devils out to a commanding 6-0 lead. Indiana Tech would inch their way back in the game, but after an 11-3 run by the Blue Devils, they controlled the tempo of the first set. More from senior Christy Doherty. She recorded 37 assists on the night. That includes this one to outside hitter Isabella McDonald, who lays down a kill to put the Blue Devils up 18-8. The Warriors once again fought back, cutting the LTU lead to 4 at 22-18. But it was the Blue Devil faithful that would take the first set 25-20 to go up 1-0 in the match. The second set started off much like the first set for the Blue Devils. After a good rally by both teams, it was LTU getting the edge courtesy of the freshman business major Madeline Hudson with the block in front of the net. The Blue Devils out to an 8-0 lead. While Indiana Tech came storming back to tie it at 11-all. The back and forth second set would end here with the kill from Zakiya Hunt, who led the Blue Devils with 18 kills on the night. LTU takes the second set 25-22 and to lead 2-0. By the time the third set got going, the Blue Devils running on empty. Indiana Tech built a huge lead 16-10 after taking the third set 25-18, but LTU still up 2-1. But not to worry, the Blue Devils refueled with some quality H2O in the fourth set. Once again, it's the senior Doherty setting up Hunt, who lays down a smackdown of a kill to give the Blue Devils rolling in the fourth set. More from the interior architecture major Zakiya Hunt. Sneaky in front of the net. Blue Devils would go up to a 9-3 lead. And it was all Blue Devils in the fourth set. After going up 19-9, this right here, match point. Check out the dig by junior Shelby Rash to keep it alive. Junior outside hitter Jessica Lodge blasted by the Warrior defense to give LTU the victory over Indiana Tech, 3-1. LTU set to face Madonna for the WAC Tournament Championship.
I think every time we take a loss, we come together and we just decide we need to have fun with it, because when we're tense, we don't play as well, and we all love to play, and it just makes us better.
Well, the upside is we've never failed at it, and then not being there has its blessings because you don't understand the pressure. And right now, Madonna is kind of our new rival. Since I've been here as a rival, before I've been here, they beat us every time we played them. So that's why it's kind of a cool thing. And I think we match up really well with them. So that's another thing. And I believe we serve tougher and pass tougher. So yeah, that's one of the things. But it's anybody's ball game when it comes down to that, because they played great tonight. So I hope that doesn't transfer over to tomorrow.
My name is Tanner Schnell. My major is finance and I play golf. Favorite athlete is Tiger Woods because he is diverse and he never is given up. My favorite restaurant is Schlinker's. It's a burger thing in Jackson, Michigan. I enjoy it because I grew up going there with my grandparents. My favorite place to vacation is Cape Coral, Florida. I have a lot of family members down there.
It's the home opener for the Lawrence Tech men's basketball team as they look to make it 2 in a row against the number 12 team in the nation, the Eagles of Cornerstone. The Blue Devils are off to a 4-1 start to the season. Can they get their first win in conference play? Let's find out. Starting early in the first half, sophomore Jordan Henry hits the Eagles defender with a nice fake, and he would finish at the rim, tying the game at 8 apiece. Moving on, late in the first half, sophomore Carter France passes to junior Alec Ivanovic. He gets the ball back to France, and France hits the three from way downtown, bringing the Devils within one with a little over 3.5 minutes left in the half. However, the Eagles would take a 34-26 lead into the half. Coming out of the break, the Devils show nice ball movement, and it would be Ivanovic who blows by his defender and drives down the lane for the easy 2. Score now 41-38 Eagles. With less than a minute left in the second half, Henry comes up with a huge steal, launches the ball down the court to sophomore Isaiah Cumberland, who finishes with a nice layup. That would bring LTU within 2. But the Blue Devils would run out of time and would drop their home opener 67-60, bringing their record to 4-2 on the season and 0-1 in WAC play.
Just how we came together as a unit, kind of bounced back in the second half. We were challenged really hard in the first half with their physicality, and we really just came back. Some of the leaders, the returning guys, Al and Zay really stepped up, pulled everyone, meshed everyone together, and we bounced back, fought as hard as we could. Fortunately, we couldn't grab the win at the end, but I'm proud of how we bounced back from the first half. Ty probably said constantly, probably, I don't know how many times today, just keep weathering the storm. We know it doesn't matter how much we get down. If we keep weathering the storm, everything we keep setting our platform, keep grinding, we're going to be fine. The best thing is just staying together. We want to make sure that we keep playing together because we think that no one can really stop us when we all play together. It's just those little lapses when we take bad shots or a little mind lapse on defense and stuff like that. We want to put together a full 40 minutes of just playing together.
Thanks for sticking around. I'm Sarah Davis. Coming up after the commercial break, we'll check out our women's basketball team as they take on their first WAC game of the season against conference rival Cornerstone University. And then we'll check out the tip of the week. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
State Champs is Northern Michigan's home for football highlights. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
You do know you want a contest to spend the whole day with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to sit here and eat this delicious pizza?
We could do other things.
Who's the best day ever?
Treat yourself to the world's first stuffed flavored crust pizza. And now for just $6.99, try our new stuffed Howie bread filled with fresh mozzarella and cheddar cheese.
Hungry?
Howie!
Welcome back, Blue Devil fans. I'm Sarah Davis. Let's dive right into the women's basketball action as they take on Cornerstone University. This game is the first WAC game for both teams of the season. Let's check it out.
Let's jump into the Don Riddler Fieldhouse for the WAC season opener as the Blue Devils welcome in Cornerstone for an evening matchup. The Blue Devils are looking to grab another win after defeating Indiana Wesleyan at their house. In the first quarter, both teams were struggling to find their shots, but that didn't stop the Blue Devils one bit as they kept pushing to find the opportunities to score. tie game. Halfway through the first quarter, sophomore point guard Kendall Fisher puts up a three that misses, but here comes senior Caitlin Smith with a nice offensive rebound and the putback to clean up Fisher's mess. Still, late in the first quarter, both teams still find themselves struggling to find momentum, but still the Blue Devils find themselves out in front by 6. Again, it's Smith who takes one dribble, spots up and knocks down a three on the right wing to give the Blue Devils a 9-point lead, 13-4. In the second quarter, the Blue Devils up by 4, both teams still struggling, and that's when we get more from Fisher, who gets the first play underway with a nifty move to the rim, then drops in the floater to give the Blue Devils a 6-point lead. Next play, deja vu, Kendall Fisher, coming off a screen, then uses her speed to get to the rim for the easy layup for 2. Then, in the third quarter, the Blue Devils found their stride going on a big run in the third. Fisher gets the steal to start the break. She uses her speed to get to the rim and makes the layup to put the Blue Devils up by 16. Halfway through the third, the Blue Devils have the momentum at this point and are not looking back. As senior center Rachel Price puts up a three to put LTU up by 19. Same story in the fourth, LTU keeping that momentum going. Fisher initiating the fast break to find freshman Gabby Goff for an easy bucket. Cornerstone tried to make a comeback, but it was too late. The Blue Devils take their first W in their first WAC conference game of the season, 84-54.
Julia hitting a lot of threes. I don't know how many it was, but her just hitting like from the three-point line. Danny and Hope just battling down low, getting those and ones. Just everyone scored tonight, which is a great feeling just because we all contributed something. Whether it be points, whether it be steals, Kendall with her steals, and us just playing really, really good defense.
I think we went into it and, we knew it was going to be a team game, 1 through 10. And we really executed scout well. It was a little ugly here and there, but, we responded, and I think that was the message at halftime. It's not a great first 20 minutes, but we have 20 more minutes, so, we got to take care of business. I think we did.
My name is Dwayne Allen. I play basketball. My major is business administration, and this week's tip of the week is how to shoot. First thing you want to do when you're shooting a basketball is try to get your feet on balance. You don't really have to be like side to side, but you just want to get on balance what's best for you. So I usually have one foot slightly ahead of the other. The hand placement you want to have is usually have my guide hand on the side right here, and you want to have your other hand in the middle, somewhere wherever you're comfortable at. And you always wanted to use more legs than arms in your shot. So this is how I shoot. My name is Dwayne Allen, and this is this week's tip of the week.
Last week, Christy Doherty was honored for leading the LTU women's volleyball team to an undefeated 20-0 conference record by being named both the WAC Player and Setter of the Year. She also earned first team all-conference and all-academic honors. I spoke to her coach, Ed Rule, about what makes Christy such an amazing student athlete.
She's a warrior. Right? She just gets it. She understands the different levels of volleyball, understands what a leader is, understands what time management is, and also understands her body and what it needs. So, a lot of people will try to run too far, too fast, and she just gets it. She knows what she needs to be. She's very thankful that it ends in 3, and just like me, we prepare for 5 every night. Her and I have those conversations. We prepare for 5 sets every night because it's going to happen. So cool to have that coach out on the court, basically. And again, we can tell her to tweak certain things, like serving wise. I thought when she was doing that on her own, she tried too hard sometimes, so I back her down and move the ball around a lot more, and she hits every spot like it's the easiest thing ever. And it makes it, again, amazing to watch a kid that I can tell her which side of which player to hit, and she'll hit that spot. I'll tell her to amp it up, I'll tell her the speed, and she can do it all. So that's another reason why she's up there for highest in the conference in service aces per set. So, man, she's a machine.
Anything that you worked on individually in the off-season that made you even better this year?
I think everyone just put in the effort in their position, which helped a lot. I noticed a lot of improvement out of everyone coming back this year. I would have to say it's all just team chemistry. We all get along really well, and that's definitely the edge we have on everyone else in the conference is as a team, understand each other, I guess. So we like being around each other. I mean, even outside of volleyball, we spend a lot of time together, and I think that's really important in volleyball.
She's played bad once, and she just goes, I don't like the way that this feels hitting negative, so I'm not going to do it again. And she hasn't. So that's just a special thing that she can reach down and get that next gear. And I'm glad we have her. That's all I'm saying, and I think that that's a perfect setup for Player of the Year.
What's up, LTU fans? I'm Alex Johnson. Stay tuned because when we get back, we're covering the WAC Women's Volleyball Championships. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
You sit on the sidelines, but your heart is running across that field. His drive becomes yours, his dreams too. So when a torn ACL and concussion threaten those dreams, choose the sports medicine team that treats the whole athlete. Henry Ford Health System. We combine the most innovative technology with a personalized treatment plan so he can get back his confidence. And you can get back to being his biggest fan. Henry Ford Health System. All for you.
State Champs is the original high school sports show, and State Champs Sports Network is always on, 24/7, delivering the content you want on the platform you choose. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and StateChampsNetwork.com. Coming in 2020, the State Champs app.
Donovan Edwards bullies his way through this crowd of Highlanders.
State Champs Sports Network is always on. Follow, like, subscribe, and share.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my third year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Alex Johnson, and the women's volleyball team's looking to take home their very first WAC championship. Let's dive into those highlights.
We continue to ride high with the women's volleyball team as the Blue Devils took on Madonna for the WAC Tournament Championship inside the Don Riddler Fieldhouse on Saturday, November 16th. The Blue Devils had to battle this one out without the services of senior hitter Zakiya Hunt, who helped propel LTU to the WAC Championship game. And boy, did the Blue Devils fight in a big way. Senior hitter Varva Gramakova lays a hit that the Crusaders cannot contain. LTU undefeated at 20-0 in WAC conference play, sparking a rivalry with Madonna. After a good rally by both teams, Madonna has trouble with the return. The unforced error gives LTU the advantage. With Zakiya Hunt out of the game, the Blue Devils turned to freshman Mariah Henry to fill her place. And she did a mighty fine job. Christy Doherty sets up Henry, whose soft touch gets the point for LTU to put the Blue Devils ahead 19-18 in the first set. And that first set was a close one till the end. And the Blue Devils know momentum will be on their side if they pull through together. Draw it up with X's and O's. Madeline Hudson to Doherty, who then sets up Gramakova, and Blue Devils take that first set 27-25. They struggled just a bit as they fell in the second set 25-17, and the game was tied at 1 apiece. The battle continued in the third set, and it was another close one. There was no I in team, and the Blue Devils communicating on the hardwood. You can tell how much work the ladies have put in to make it this far in the tournament. The nursing major, Jessica Lodge, lays into that one past the Madonna defense to put LTU up 16-11 in the third set. The Blue Devils would take that third set 26-24, and one of those points came right here from the industrial engineering major, Varva Gramakova. She had a team-high 11 kills on the night, and the nursing major, Jessica Lodge, also with 11 kills. Another key player for the Blue Devils was senior hitter Christy Doherty. She had a team-high 41 assists, and here she contributes on the attack. LTU trails in the fourth, but they would cook up a comeback. It all comes down to this play. Match point for the Blue Devils. Doherty with the nice setup to Gromikova. Job well done. LTU defeats Madonna 3-1 to become the 2019 WAC Tournament champions. The Blue Devils finished the season nationally ranked at number 18 and will travel to Sioux City, Iowa for the 2019 NAIA Volleyball National Championship.
That we know, like, we're on the top. Every other team that going into the top, going to nationals, is they're going to be at like the same level that we are. So we just have to take one team at a time. And when we go to nationals, just play our best and play how we play and see how far we can go.
Oh, it's been a culmination. It verifies that the process that we brought to LTU, or that I brought to LTU, works. It also brings out some of our legacy. Some of the previous players were here today, and I commended them for being a part of this, because they actually started it a couple years ago. Wouldn't have been able to do this without them. So, I mean, it's one of those thankful things. Same with Coach Dave. Coach Dave is just an absolute godsend. He keeps me on task. He does a lot of the stuff that I don't want to do.
On Wednesday, November 20th, the Blue Devil basketball teams hit the road to Lima, Ohio for a WAC conference matchup against Northwestern Ohio. The Lady Blue Devils had a stellar night, throwing up some of their highest percentages this season. The Blue Devils were led by senior forward Danielle Hansen, who led the team with 23 points and 10 rebounds. LTU came out on top, 76-57 the final. And the men's team also fared well against the Racers, as the Blue Devils offense carried over the momentum from the women's game, scoring the first 5 points of the contest and went on a 10-4 run in the first 4 minutes. The Blue Devils were led by freshman forward Gunnar Gustafson, who recorded his first double-double on the season, scoring 21 points and securing 12 rebounds. LTU went on to defeat Northwestern Ohio 74-70, the final.
Hey guys, Daniela Bruce here at Farmington Ice Arena for our game of the week. That's right, it's Lawrence Tech hockey taking on Cleary University for the first time ever. We're going to have all of the highlights for that game and much more when the LTU Sports Report returns.
You have a say in helping determine who wins 2 of the most coveted awards in high school football by voting for the state champs Mr. Football and Amble Awards presented by Hungry Howie's. Who will join the ranks of previous Mr. Footballs such as DeQuan Finn, Cody White, and Alex Malzone? In 2018, Marcel Lewis was the Amble's first champ. Who's next to be the top linebacker or lineman in Michigan? Keep up with both races by watching our weekly updates on State Champs social media. Vote for Mr. Football and the Amble Award at StateChampsNetwork.com.
So you want to work out, and you're curious about supplements, but don't know where to start. All you have to do is, you're already done. With the Benefit Box, you get full-size supplements customized to you and tailored to your fitness goals. With easy-to-use instructions delivered right to your front door. Visit www.thebenefitbox.com to get started on building your box and you today.
Welcome back, everybody. As promised, we have the highlights from the men's hockey game as they took on Cleary University for the first time. Check it out.
To Farmington Ice Arena we go for the game of the week as the Blue Devil hockey team took on Cleary University Friday evening. LTU sitting at 7-4 so far this season. It's been 2 weeks since they last saw action on the ice after dropping a game to U of M Dearborn. Time to dust off that equipment. And it did not take long for LTU to light up the lamp. Blue Devil senior Connor Victory has his speed in the neutral zone, catching the Cleary netminder off guard as he snipes a shot through the 5-hole. No rust for the Blue Devils as they go up 1-0. More from the senior psychology major, Connor Victory receives the pass from Timo A and puts it in the wide open net to put the Blue Devils up 3-0. Second period action now, and LTU continues to dominate the play up 6-0. Here with the man advantage on the power play, Senior defenseman Edward Flood winds up, blasted into the net, hitting some iron on the way to give the Blue Devils a commanding lead, 7-0. LTU finds themselves yet again on the power play. Sophomore defenseman Alec Allen, who had a huge game for the Blue Devils. This top shelf shot is his third of the game. Throw your hats on the ice. Blue Devils up big, 8-0. The Blue Devils on fire, and Cleary could not stay out of the box. 5-on-3 man advantage for LTU. Another Blue Devil that had a big night was sophomore John Horn. Alec Allen's shot is stopped by the Cleary tender, and here comes Horn to pick up the trash. That's his third goal of the game. LTU could not shut out Cleary as they added one late. 11-1, your final score.
Well, we knew we had to win by 7. 7's the goal in our league, that once we get to it, then it becomes a different kind of win for the playoff bracket. So we knew we had to win large. So yesterday we focused a lot in practice about how we're going to shoot, what corners we're going to pick, and what guys we're going to hit down low.
I think we scored 4 goals, maybe 5 from the defensive core. All of them have the skill set to score. They all have good, strong shots, wrist shots, slap shots. So it's nice to see them put the puck in the net from the blue line. Well, we've seen Cleary play strong throughout the year on weekend series. We expect a better effort from Cleary tomorrow, so we'll have to be ready.
Here's championship point number 3. Not a good first contact. Free ball just barely gets over. Lodge! Doherty to Gromikova. How fitting! Senior to senior! And win number 32 is the first ever tournament title for Lawrence Tech women's volleyball.
Coming up this week in LTU athletics. On Tuesday the 26th, both basketball teams hit the road to face Indiana Tech. Tip-off for the women is 6 p.m. and the men 8 p.m. On Saturday the 30th, both bowling teams compete in the National Collegiate Team Match Games through Sunday. For all game times and locations, visit the LTU Athletics website.
All right, everybody, that's our show for this week, but make sure to tune in next week on Fox Sports Detroit on Mondays at 4:30 for next week's LTU Sports Report episode.
And don't forget to follow us on all our social media for daily updates, highlights, and stories of all of our teams competing in the NAIA WAC Conference.
From all of us here at Lawrence Tech, we hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.